Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Justin Irwin.
Today we get a break from the chilly weather with a little bit of sunshine to lighten up your life. We're expecting a high of 16 and a low of 3 with variable cloudiness. Thursday we'll have a high of 6 and a low of 1 with cloudy periods. But then on the weekend it's gonna rain. Friday we'll welcome some isolated spring showers, but perhaps a little bit of snow with a high of 5 and a low of 0. Light rain will continue on Saturday with a high of 8 and a low of 0. Sunday pops back up to a high of 13 and a low of 0 and cloudy with showers. And that's your 5-day weather forecast. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Justin. In international news, the deputy consul at the Saudi consulate in Yemen has been kidnapped. Abdullah al-Khaldi was captured by a group of armed men in the southern port city of Aden on his way to work this morning. This is the second kidnapping incident of a Saudi diplomat in Yemen within the last year. It is unclear if there is any political motivation behind this abduction. The Saudi Foreign Ministry has released a statement saying the men behind the kidnapping would be held responsible for his safety and should free him soon.
Pope Benedict XVI is in Cuba today, and former leader Fidel Castro has said he would like a modest and simple meeting with the pontiff. The Pope's tour of Latin America is meant to spread faith in addition to addressing political issues. He will be celebrating Mass in Havana's Revolution Plaza. This is the first papal visit to the island since Pope John Paul II was there in 1998.
The United States Supreme Court will be hearing from each state today as they prepare for the third day of arguments on health care reform. One of the major criticisms of the plan is the requirement for all Americans to buy insurance coverage or face a penalty. States are also complaining that there is no option to refuse the health care plan. The court's ruling on the legality of the law is expected in June. Prior to the health reforms proposed by Obama, the United States was the only developed country without a national health care program.
A paper published in the Journey of Open Medicine by some of Canada's leading doctors is bringing the federal government's omnibus crime bill into question. 3 chief medical officers from across the country say mandatory sentencing for drug possession will make problems worse. Citing research done by the World Health Organization, they say drug regulation and decriminalization is the way to go. Portugal has already decriminalized all drug use with great success. The U.S. has implemented a $1 trillion war on drugs, which has not lowered the number of drug users or drug crimes.
A Royal Canadian Naval Intelligence officer is in Halifax today for a bail hearing in a spy scandal. Sub-Lieutenant Jeffrey Paul Delisle is accused of passing secrets to a foreign entity or terrorist group. 40-year-old Delisle is also facing a breach of trust charge. Court documents say all offenses happened between July 2007 and January 2012. The offenses are alleged to have happened near Halifax, Ottawa, and Kingston. Delisle has been in custody in Nova Scotia since January.
And now with your sports news, here's Amy Weinstein.
I'm Amy Weinstein, and here's your sports news. It's official, the Maple Leafs will trade in their hockey sticks for golf clubs this spring. Toronto was mathematically eliminated from the playoffs after last night's 3-0 loss to the Carolina Hurricanes. It was the Buds' 10th straight loss on home ice, and Toronto goalie Jonas Gustafsson let in all 3 goals before coach Randy Carlyle yanked him from first Finnish prospect Jussi Rönnis. The Leafs play again on Thursday against the Flyers. In the rest of the NHL, Buffalo took out Washington 5-1, Pittsburgh lost to the lowly New York Islanders 5-3, the Rangers beat the Wild 3-2, and St. Louis Blues goalie Brian Elliott extended his shutout streak to 187 minutes and 38 seconds, beating the Predators 3-0. With the results, the standings picture in the Eastern Conference has changed. Buffalo moves into sole possession of the 8th and final playoff spot, 2 points clear of Washington. At the top of the East, Pittsburgh lost ground to the New York Rangers, falling 3 points behind the conference leaders. Across the Pacific, Major League Baseball kicked off this morning in Tokyo. The Mariners beat the Oakland A's 3-1 in extra innings. Dustin Ackley had a home run in the 4th and added the game-winning RBI in the top of the 11th to seal the victory for the M's. Seattle outfielder Ichiro is trying to recover from his worst season ever in 2011. He went 4 for 5 on home soil. The series continues early tomorrow morning. The rest of Major League Baseball starts their season next Wednesday. After years of financial insecurity, a magical new owner is offering the LA Dodgers a possible way out. A group of investors, led by Magic Johnson, have agreed to buy the franchise for a whopping $2.1 billion. The sale is the most expensive in North American franchise history, behind the 2009 sale of the Miami Dolphins for $1.15 billion. The baseball community is cheering over the possible deal, and the prospective new owners hope to resurrect the team's legacy. And on the pitch, the UEFA Champions League semifinals continue today. Yesterday saw the first two matchups being played. England's last hope, Chelsea, defeated Portuguese side Benfica 1-0, and Spanish giant Real Madrid downed Apoel of Cyprus 3-0. Today sees the marquee matchups as Marseille takes on Bayern Munich and AC Milan faces off against the reigning champions Barcelona. In other soccer news, TFC continues their own Champions League journey. They will take on Santos Laguna of Mexico tonight at BMO Field. Kickoff's at 8. That's it for sports news. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Amy. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from Andrea Lawson.
I'll tell you which Hollywood star gets busted, and Alicia Silverstone gets a clue from birds. I've got your entertainment news after the break.